from First Rule joins us. Larry Senneback. Good morning, Larry.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
All right, what do you got today?
Well, today we got a trio of stories, of tech stories in the news that are popular, and so I figured let's just get right into it.
Yes.
Last time we were here, we were talking about self-driving cars.
Yes.
And since then, you've heard a lot of governments basically saying, I don't want those in my city. Lots of regulation needs to happen first, and people freaking out. Well, the Isle of Man is actually doing the exact opposite.
Isle of Man.
They are actually saying all self-driving cars, come on in. They want to be a test bed, the entire island, for self-driving cars. Basically, lack of regulation, a place to come here, test your product. And what they're finding is that it's going to be a big economic boom, essentially, for the Isle of Man.
Now, I know where the Isle of Man is.
Yes.
I was just curious if you know where the Isle of Man is.
Yeah, it's right by the UK. It's right by the London. England,
okay.
Yeah.
Isle of Man. Yeah, there it is on the Google Maps.
I did not know where.
Where's
There
the-
you go.
Yes.
We're starting with a little international news, and we'll get down to local
Oh,
news
it's
by the
between
third
Ireland
story.
and
Yeah.
England. Oh, yeah, it's a little island over there.
It is.
All right,
So
go over
it's
there and drive my own
it'll be
car.
interesting to see how much money they make, and all the companies.
It
go
is
that
kind
way.
of funny with these driverless cars. We can't even get Uber here. We can't even get
Right.
somebody else to drive our cars. So
Right.
now they're going to
Right.
approve nobody driving the car?
I've also kind of wondered what they complain about. Google's driven over 1 million miles with driverless cars and had only mistakes with people not in them. So
Right.
it's
Yes.
like,
I
what do
know.
they say? They're too safe? I don't know.
No, we need driverless cars because we need to have red light cameras. See, there's the other thing.
Exactly. I guess they're trying to put
mean,
red light cameras out of business.
How are
wouldn't
they going to do
Yeah,
away?
they would.
How are they going to do away with all these tickets if you have driverless cars?
No, you
right? How are
wouldn't
they going to
need
make all the
tickets
money
anymore. Think you could actually assign those policemen to do other things.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
All right.
There's a thought.
What else
All
you
right. Second story today. Facebook's team was testing the Facebook app on Android. So if you have an Android phone, which is about 60 to 70% of all people out there listening right now, they found that actually just having the Facebook app installed on your phone reduces your battery by about 20% on the phone.
Man.
Really?
Essentially, the app messenger and the Facebook messenger runs in the background constantly, and it just destroys your phone battery. They also found that
That's not
startup
good.
time increased about 15%
That's
just from having that one app installed.
That's a commercial for Apple, is it not?
Well, I
Yeah.
think it's what it is it's Facebook's programming essentially has a problem there, and this is their own team reporting this. So what's interesting, they'll eventually probably fix it, but the big recommendation right now is if you're on Android, just use Facebook and Chrome. It has a powerful browser. You can access it just like you can on your computer.
Oh, don't use the app.
Don't use the app right now until they get it fixed.
I wonder
would
why
be
it
my
doesn't affect
suggestion.
the iPhone in that way.
Well, the iPhone and Android kind of run in different ways. The iPhone's very closed down. It's meant for you to run one thing at once, and that's it. Basically, it's trying to control what you're doing a little more. Android's a little more open, which the downside of that is that you could run multiple apps simultaneously, things in the background, which is kind of an inherent flaw in some cases as well as a benefit. So either way, they'll get it fixed.
I also don't like that messenger, that stupid messenger.
I don't either.
thing.
I'm not a fan
I
of
don't
that
either.
either.
Why did they do it? It's so stupid.
Yeah, I don't think we need another messaging app. Thank you.
Right.
I've
all
had
right.
enough of them.
And
All right,
we
so
got one more.
Final story, actually a local story, kind of here in Kansas City. So Google Fiber, very fast
Yes.
internet, is rolling
How
out.
fast?
It is a gigabit synchronous, which is 1,000 megabits up and 1,000 megabits down. To put that in comparison,
Yes.
most people now have about a 5 megabit to a 15 megabit connection from Charter, AT&T, something
And theirs
like that.
is 1,000.
Theirs is 1,000. So
Wow.
very, 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 very fast.
Yes, okay.
And so it's been out in Kansas City for a while now. And so they just announced this week that they are going to be rolling out Google Fiber for free to low-income housing in Kansas City. So they are going to be wiring up a lot of different facilities. They said up to 1,300 households in the first year in Kansas City, Missouri, and Kansas City, Kansas are going to receive free Google Fiber. So really interesting story.
The reason for that is...
Well, it's not altruistic entirely.
Yeah.
You got to understand when Google does something like this, Google is an advertising agency.
Right.
They want more people's eyeballs online. And they figure if they have more people online, more people are going to Google, more people are being served ads. It actually is self-serving in the long run.
diabolical.
But in the short run, they're giving away over $1 million of service to low-income housing in the area, which inevitably increases people access to information, education, everything else. So it's in this case,
So
it's kind of good.
all of Kansas City has this 1,000 mega Sirius up and
A
down?
lot of it does. Some of the south areas like Overland Park and stuff haven't got it yet, but they're getting it this year.
So when they go to do they buy their internet through Google?
They do. And in fact, the top end service from Google is about $100 a month.
Right.
And you get their super fast internet. You get a giant DVR that's bigger than any DVR I've ever seen in the whole world. It's got a terabyte of storage, plus a terabyte of cloud storage. Plus you get full TV system, a whole cable package through Google over their online
All
system.
for $100?
And they give you a tablet to control it all.
What?
All
when
for
are they
$100.
going to make this possible for other
They're trying to roll it
areas?
out nationwide. They've rolled it out some places in Texas, on the West Coast, but Kansas City was the first kind of seed for this. So
wow,
good stuff.
That's really interesting. Larry Stenneback with First Rule. He's our tech guy. Put your lab coat on and get back to the basement.
Yes, sir.
Larry Stenneback with First Rule Film and Broadcasting here, 7:50.